Hey, there we go. Coach Jack Daniels of the Boxers Trainers Channel. And look, man, I really didn't have a great subject to bring to y'all tonight, right? It's just that I've been off for 2 or 3 days, and I had said prior to coming on tonight that it would be straight up and down business from here on out. All the hacklings and kidding and playing, we ain't doing that no more, right? And I kind of like to follow up on that, contrary to the fact that there was no um, definitive program that I put in place right for the day, other than the fact that I wanted to share with y'all my uh my new boxing background. Y'all see it? You know what I mean? Who is that? Who's it right there? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Need I say more? These are just little trinkets that I came up with to, you know what I'm saying, upgrade my my environment, right? Because at some point, because I'm still working at like putting all the pieces together to bring about a better podcast, right? A competitive podcast. You know what I mean? So the numbers will start to generate effectively, and I can put in place certain things that I promised you guys in the chat, right? That I would do once I got monetized and had figured out all the ups and downs of how to present an effective podcast, right? That means being able to edit, um, voice over. There's a lot of different things that different cats use in order to make their podcast better, right? And contrary to the fact that it's taken me a while to figure out all the intricacies, 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 right? Um, I'm still at it, right? I'm not the type to um, capitulate, surrender, right? That is not some of the things that I grew up um, gravitating toward. I'm not the type to give up, right? So I'm gonna beat myself up like a professional, right, and get the job done. And I'm working on that. You know what I mean? So this is just kind of a how do you do? For the Boxer Trainers Channel in the sense that I wanted to make myself known, available, right? Not being known because I'm already known, but make myself available today so y'all wouldn't lose interest in the fact that I haven't been coming on as much as I should come on. And I'm not going to be the type that uh, continue to make excuses for whatever, right? I'm just going to put my heels to the ground, right, and keep it moving. You know what I mean? And like I said before, it is my inclination, my desire to at some point, excuse me, make this podcast one of the best in the business. You know what I mean? And that takes time, and that also takes being able to be in a position where you can factually bring data necessary to attract those that are interested in the sport of boxing as I am. But I will, you know, uh, take the opportunity, being that I am on, right, and speak to um, the negative disposition of Ron Garcia, right? It's like I just can't put my finger on the stop button when it comes to Ron Garcia and his behavior, right? All the things that he's done in the sport of boxing, especially to others, right? It is really an alarming and a concern that everybody in the sport of boxing should be upset about, right? It's the thing that we now know based on Ron Garcia's fight with Rolando Romero that the fight, the fighter that fought April 20th, 2024 in New York City was that fought Devin Haney to a win, right? That we later learned was full of Austrian, right? And there's a lot of back and forth in regards to the substance, the PEDs, the Austrian, right? There's a lot of back and forth. A lot of people are of the opinion that uh, uh, the um, so-called uh, steroids, right, are not dangerous to the point where it could um, help you be stronger, um, more powerful, have more longevity, right? I mean, there's a lot of back and forth about that. But here's the deal: as a result of the fight between Rolando Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia on May the 2nd, 2025, New York City, Times Square, right? An epic event, I might add. And I will have to say that Turkey El Sheik went out his way to promote this fight, put this fight on. This is one of the most extraordinary events that I've ever saw in my life. In my 75 years on the planet, I am here to say that Turkey El Sheik put on a event co- compared to none. It was great. I mean, the before fight and the fight. I mean, everything was. I'm actually trying to figure out the exact term to put. Actually, it was advertisement, right? The advertisement aspect of it was. I mean, I've never seen it. I've never seen anything that gracious, graciously did right in the boxing world. You know what I mean? They were just um, actually. I mean, I really can't explain it thoroughly, but I will say that I think that it had a lot to do with the new wave. Not, I won't say internet, but I will say uh, the the genius associated with the internet, right? I mean, some of the stuff that Turkey Al Sheep came up in regards to the promotional scheme of things, right? How he wanted to be perceived or he wanted to fight the people. Say he did that, right? I mean, he did it in a fashion uh, again like none of them before. I have a lot of respect for Bob Earl when it comes to his promotions, right? He puts on some really, really decent promotion, and he is perpetual with his promotion. The way he puts it on, I mean, it's not like hit and miss. No, Bob Earl puts on good shows, right? But I just have to say that he is not anywhere near Turkey Al Sheep when it comes to all the lights. How about that? All the lights and the glamour associated with um, genius, associated with genius, right? The stuff that I saw, it was like, oh my God, right? I mean, it was just an array of different ideas. I mean, huge ideas, right? And it was like, oh my God, how did they do all that? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying it was a great a grand event. But back to Ryan Garcia. When Ryan Garcia fought Devin Haney, uh, April 20, 2024, New York City, right? He fought, Devin Haney fought a monster. Ryan Garcia was super big. He was super strong, right? And I will say, shout out to D Mexican G, man. I've been missing you, buddy. Shut up! Let me see if I can put that on the screen. Ah. Let me see if I can pin that. I pinned it. Oh my god. That's not the one I wanted to pin though. I want to pin this one. hold up, y'all. This is my man. This is my boy. This is my partner. I want to pin this one. Oh, here you go. Yeah, okay, here you go. Y'all see that? The Mexican G. Ryan got whooped by the worst of the four, and that's true. He got whooped. He got whooped. That's right. Let me say this. Let me say this in favor of Rudy Romero, New Mexico G. Rudy Romero has actually. Yeah, for those, shout out to the Mexican G. The Mexican G said Ryan sure fumbled the bag. He sure did. He fumbled the bag for Rory, for Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. But it's kind of like a good thing though, because all this money that people are putting into Ryan Garcia, man, Ryan Garcia is a horrible boxer, man. And I have had huge conversations with people about Ryan Garcia because of this left hook that Ryan Garcia allegedly has, right? But minus the left hook, Ryan Garcia is not a good boxer, right? He's a scary tail, you know what I mean? And how he slithers his way up in the sport of boxing to the degree where he is actually making a lot of money, man. I, uh, eh, we would have to say, right? Absolutely, absolutely. The Saudis were going to pay good money for the. They were absolutely. I concur 100%. They were, but I don't. Hey man, look. Here's the deal. In my opinion, right? A lot of people go out there going, "Oh man, I didn't want. They could eat. I want it back in blood." Right? But here's the deal. You don't get it black in blood with a guy like Ryan Garcia, man, that has no idea what it means to be loyal, what it means to be honorable. He don't play by those rules, right? So if for me, right, the intelligent thing for Devin Haney to have done, to could to have pursued was that lawsuit, right? The law. Here's the deal, right? Now I don't know whether it's safe to say that well, Devin Haney is kind of like still on the fence when it comes to comeback, right? I don't want to, I love Devin Haney, and I want to keep it 100% real, right? But that fight between Jose Romero was not the Devin Haney that I know, right? He looked a little out of sorts, right? And I can understand the fact that this is his first day after a year in the ring, right? With a professional two-time champion. I get that. But my thing at this juncture is what does the future entail for Devin the Dream Haney based on the fight with Jose Ramirez? Now, we can all agree that that was a good performance in regards to the win. It was absolutely. Yeah. Let me pin that. Absolutely, New Mexican G. That was kind of scandalous, and I'm saying that's what this podcast is really about, right? The behavior of Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? And I just can't get over the fact that he has all these people that really, 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 really believe in him. I mean, they think that he's a coming Christ in a lot of regards, right? And I'm just saying, he's not, right? I mean, he has no ethics at all, you know what I mean? To do what he did to a friend, right? In the name of trying to get the win. Oh, come on, man. That's stupid and really damn low. You know what I mean? I mean, that is stupid really, really low. You know what I mean? Look, I don't normally get into perpetually bringing up these types of issues, right? About drug cheats and uh, the moral equivalency of a bird Ryan Garcia has, right? I don't, normally get off into that. I mean, when it's necessary, yes. But this dude here has really gotten under my skin, right? And the fact that after Ryan Garcia lost to Rolly Romero, I mean, hey, look, I'm going to give Rolly Romero a pat on the back, right? Because he did that, right? And I will also say that I think that um, Rolly Romero did some therapy, right? Um, What the therapy, they never indicated what the therapy was for, but I have to assume it had to do something with his thought process, his behavior, right? Because there was a time when I actually thought Rolando Rudy Romero was untrainable, right? I mean, hey, look, Rudy Romero has gotten somewhat better, right? In the area of following instructions. Yeah, absolutely. Let me absolutely. There you go. There you go, y'all. That's true, the Mexican Jew. Absolutely, totally agree. Right, but it was a thing. It was a thing about Rudy one time. I just actually thought because he was short with his skill set, right? I was of the opinion that he was untrainable because I mean, it appeared that when he was training with Bullet, right? Bullet couldn't tell him nothing, right? And he made that perfectly clear. Ronaldo Romero, that he doing it his way, right? And I'm like, how can you get better if you think that you knew. I mean, and he was so far from knowing anything about boxing. I want to say like maybe 4 years ago. But I will say at this juncture, it absolutely, man. The Mexican Jew. I got, yeah. I got to pin that one also. Absolutely. So my point is that I'm thinking now that Rolly Romero has got um, some therapy, right? And he is now able to listen to instructions, right? Because it would suggest to me after the fight with Ryan Garcia that they worked on that left hook, right? And on Rolando Romero's left hook, and they also worked on that the high guard, right? He kept that left hand right above his cheek line where it's supposed to be, right? So it's hard to penetrate. I don't care. I don't give a damn how type, what type of a left hook you got. If you're working at high guard, right, and you're rolling with with your punch, with the punches thrown at you, right? It's hard to get hit with a left hook. You know what I mean? Although the left hook is the punch that is a blind punch, right? I mean, you don't really see it. That's why they tell you to keep your hands up at all time. Take stuff at all time. Keep that hand up, right? So I'm saying this. I said that to say this. Rolly Romero looked it like he's gotten better. You know what I mean? He still needs a lot of work, but he's gotten better. You know what I mean? And shout out to Orlando Rolly Romero, especially for whooping on, whooping on Ryan Garcia. That being said, hey, listen, G, I was just on tonight, man, because I had to come out and have let y'all have a shot at my background, my new background. You know what I mean? My little gloves I brought. Oops, my little gloves I brought. My daughter brought me in Jamaica. Isn't that cute? Mike, my boxing shirt, the man, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. That's what I'm saying. It's not about being the best. It's about being better than you were. And that's absolutely true. It's not, no, okay, it's not about being the best. It's about being better than you were yesterday. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, G, man, I'm glad you stepped in on me, brother. You know how you know you my boy, man. Uh, things getting better. I'm doing a little bit more research on how to be effective with this podcast, all the stuff that the rest of the cast doing. I'm working on it, and like I said, as soon as I get this thing up to speed, you gonna be my co-host, brother. That being said, hit the subscription button, hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and let me know what y'all think about Ryan Garcia and PDs. That being said, Blessings, G. Have a good one, brother. Later.